Hey YouTube, I haven't made an update in a little while. Thought I'd get on and show you how it's going. This is a 75 and I've got a good school of fish going. It's looking good. I had all those brilliant rasboras in here and I did a water change and 20 of them died. So I had two brilliant rasboras left. So I got a few of the rainbow fish. Where'd they go? I got those two, and then I have a Bosemani somewhere down here. Bosemani rainbow down there. And then I've got these flagfin guppies or whatever you call them. They got a good color to them. I replaced some of the rasboras, and then I got these really neat purple danios. The color doesn't show up very well on camera, but they really have a purple sheen. I mean, it's not real predominant bright colors, but it is interesting. Like, I'm enjoying it. This plant, whatever it is, explodes. It grows roots everywhere. I'll trim those roots back. Actually, the roots that went in that, I cut them out. Because what happened over here was I had one of just the stem stuck in this. And the roots grew through the whole bottom of that. And it choked out both of those plants. And they were dying. So I pulled them all out, got the roots off of them, replanted them. And now I'm getting a lot of new growth. So they're starting to bounce back. But yeah, whatever this plant is, it grows amazing. But it will choke out the other plants. So I chopped off the top of one of these, and then I took that top and I just threw it down in the sand because this grows so well. I thought, oh, I bet you it'll grow even in sand with no nutrients, and it's already got those new growth growing. And that was maybe a week ago. This ghost shrimp is massive. I try to target feed him. So I'll drop in pellets and then I'll kind of scare away all the fish so the pellets get down to the bottom, and I'll let him grab a couple. He's got an appetite. There are others in here. Oh, I got this. It's called a false. Where is he? There he is. He's called a false zebra pleco. He's a dwarf pleco. But yeah, he looks really cool. And he was only $30 instead of the 100 or whatever a zebra cost. And then Bonnie and Clyde, I took their divider out earlier today. So they're back together. There's a lot of algae on the glass. I'm lazy. They have 3 fry that I saved from the last batch. And I need to do something with them. I wish I knew somebody who wanted to grow out fry, because I'd give them to them, because it'd be fun to watch them grow. But I'll figure that out eventually. The 10-gallon is looking good. I've got 3 of these little endlers in there. They look good. They're active. They're always swimming around. They're fun to watch. And then my beta, he's always hoping I'll feed him. Huh. Yeah. And now I have cherry shrimp in here. Somewhere. Oh, there's one way back there. And it won't focus. There's one by that moss ball. There he is. But yeah, so some cherry shrimp, him. Oh, there's one way in the back, right in the middle. But yeah, so this tank's always fun. The plants do well. Everything going pretty good. So coming out to this little pond I've got, this has become the main water source for honeybees. There's a honeybee colony somewhere nearby. And man, they just swarm this thing all day. They're on top of all this. And they don't really care. I'll come out here, they swarm around me, but they don't even ever land on me. They just do their thing, I do mine. There's a bunch of guppies in here. I want to say 50. But the last time I moved all this around, early in the morning, the bees aren't out yet. So I'll come in here, that's when I move things around, I'll do my maintenance. Because I don't want to irritate them. I want them to just get their water, do their thing, and fly away. I don't want to get stung either, even though it's just a honeybee. But the one thing I'm adding to this is I have 2 mystery snails in here. So actually they've been in here for a while. I bet you. Yeah. And my usual, I used to really worry about putting the tank water from the aquarium in my water and mixing, and I don't want the fungus or the disease it might have. And anymore, I'm just like, well, if it's in the water, the fish probably has it. It's gonna be introduced, so just dump them in there and see what happens. And most of the time, no issues. Really, the only time I had issues was with African cichlids. Since I quit keeping them, I really haven't had any problems. See, and there'll be wasps and bees getting water, hanging out together. It's kind of wild, because any other time you see wasps and honeybees, they fight to the death. But yeah, that's the little pond project. And it's going well. So the plants in here grow astounding, like super fast. This was a piece of grass, and it comes through the top, it goes down through the bottom, it's got shooters going off underwater. I need to pull it and trim it and get some of it out of here, but it grows and it's sucking up nutrients. I have this like sawgrass in here as well. I think it's a little hot though. It's kind of wilting. It's not doing so well. But overall, this thing just grows plants like crazy. Like, I wish I would have, when I first got into this last year, I wish I would have set up a little pond to just grow out new plants. Throw a bunch of new small plants in there, trim them and maintain them in this, and then once the summer's over, move them into the tanks, and they have roots and they're established and they'll be doing well. Even though I know they'll melt away in the tank, they're still gonna be, they'll at least have that head start. That's my thought anyway. Let me know if you have more insight on that. So in this pond, it has a whole bunch of guppies, and I want to say 5 of the purple Danios, and there are 3 red cherry shrimp. And a couple days ago, I was wondering if the cherry shrimp were still alive, and I came out here in the morning, and one of them was just sitting on some of that plant matter just below the surface. So I was like, well, I know at least one is there. But I think they'll be doing good. I'm hoping when I tear this down in the winter or in the fall, there will be a ton of guppies, maybe Danios, a bunch of shrimp, but we'll see how it goes. Because I have the Danios in there, they may eat the shrimp larvae. So I may not be very successful on the shrimp part, but only time will tell.